everybody, my name's Quasar, I'm your host, and today we're talking about the biggest problem in all of Dandysville. What's that problem, of course? It's confirmed. The problem isn't confirmed, the problem is that it's confirmed. Everything in Dandy's world is simultaneously confirmed, yet unconfirmed at the same time. For example, let's say I make a YouTube short, and on that short, I state something objectively true about the game. I said something like, quote, Quevler said that ships aren't canon. Now, ships aren't canon is the quote, okay? Ships aren't canon, and that was confirmed by Quevler. However, if you look at the comments on that hypothetical short, people will claim actually the opposite was confirmed, and they are confirmed to be true. Now, the big difference is I actually have proof of this, and they don't. And something you may be curious about is, why would you say this thing happened when it didn't? And the answer is actually very simple. You see, whenever you have an opinion in the minority or something that is not true, you want other people to believe you or be on your side, and that's normal. That's how you just like have an even match when it comes to stating things and having a debate. However, by telling people that this thing that isn't true is true, it spreads in this community specifically due to the large amount of children that play Dandy's World. For example, I made a video about how old the tunes are. And first I want to say, in no way am I saying this in a bad way to the person who left this comment on my channel. I'm saying they're almost definitely a child that was misled. If they were trying to mislead children, yes, that they're being bad. But what they said was, so this comment is from Harry Walsh-M3M saying, the only confirmed age is actually toddles at an adult. They left a reply saying, BTW, it's actually true. Now, they actually left another comment on the same video. Also, the thing is, there's so many ships of toddles. Being a kid, you can make mistakes of thinking toddles is a kid. So, I'm willing to bet that what happened here was someone on likely a TikTok Dandy's World post, because that place is unhinged, said Toodles is actually an adult, and the only reason people think she's a kid is because of the ship she's in. And this kid saw that comment, was like, oh yeah, that's obviously true, and then went to YouTube to spread the misinformation. And this leads me to talking about the bigger problem in Dandy's World. If I were to state a fact anywhere, whoever said something first to a child, it's the truth. So if I said something that is objectively true, and this person heard something that's not true, if they heard the not true thing first, they'll tell me it's true, and they'll be like, you're wrong, stop lying. And that's an issue because for some reason people love spreading misinformation in this community. Same video about the ages of the tunes. There are so many comments on there saying that their favorite tune is actually 13, 12, 17. Like, nobody wants their favorite character to be an adult for some reason, and I actually know the reason. Because they want their favorite character to be relatable to them. Hence, why they refuse to believe they're adults, because they just want the character to be the same age as them. Which honestly, when it comes to Dandy's World, it's fine. Like, character ages are honestly one of the tamest things I could be talking about here. Another thing I could talk about is ships, which I personally don't like to talk about, but here we go anyway. There is actively a thing called shipping wars happening in Dandy's World, which is just like, what characters make the best pair? And now one thing that really upsets some people is when you tell them ships aren't canon, which is confirmed by Quevler, I said it right that time, subscribe please. It's confirmed that no ships are canon, and this really upsets some people for some reason. Most people are fine with knowing it's not canon, but yeah, they just don't want to believe it's not, which is mostly children that won't listen because, yeah. But let me mention like how Twisteds work in game. So let's say there's a new Twisted added. No one knows how it works, but everyone knows what's confirmed, and that's how it doesn't work. People will say things like, oh, the new Twisted, he can see you, and if he does, you explode. Yeah, they'll say things like that and say it is confirmed, whenever it's not. They just want to make people think they're smart. Another thing that does happen is finding main tunes. The main tune chances are one of the most debated things in Dandy's world. They'll say things like, picking up gumballs increases your main chances. It's confirmed. Picking up toothpicks increases your Toodles chance. It's confirmed. Eating 2 of the 3 gumballs makes Pebble spawn on the next floor. It's confirmed. They will say things like this, spreading misinformation to children, who then spread misinformation to children, who then spread misinformation to children. So, that's the video. Thank you for watching, and before I do head out, what's your instance of this? Have you ever been in a situation where someone was like, it's confirmed? Because most of the time their source is Trust Me Bro, which, as we all know, is the most trustworthy source out there. Thanks for watching!